It's the 19th of August and I'm Tom Glass and welcome to The Roast. Tonight, we take a closer look at the Ice Bucket Challenge that is going seriously crazy on social media. And I want to be a part of it, so... Okay, here goes. I'm a bit nervous. Oh, too cold! First, though, here is Mark Humphries with the headlines. Billy? Billy!
Yeah. People are gonna start licking you because you look like some freaking icy pole. I bet you'd like that, you sick bastard.
Oh, yeah.
Q&A, that show you watch when you don't feel like going to bed, featured an all-star panel last night. And no matter what side of politics you're on, there was someone for you to hate on.
Warren Truss, Penny Wong, Clive Palmer.
Clive Palmer there, sadly still the closest thing Australian politics has to the Fonz. As for Deputy Prime Minister Warren Truss, there weren't many Qs or As, but a lot of FUs.
I have to say, this government seems to be making an art form out of cruelty to the unemployed. Are you worried that the measures you've tried to put in place are actually doomed?
I don't upset Warren tonight too much, but you already have.
On the outside he's laughing, but on the inside he's thinking, if you block my budget again, I'll run you over with my tractor. But to be fair to Warren Truss, the Labor opposition didn't come off well either.
What would you do to bring the budget back into surplus quickly?
Well, we are not in government.
Whoa, you've sold me!
Vote Labor. We're not in government.
Fortunately, there's someone with lots of ideas about how to fix the budget. Unfortunately, that someone is Clive Palmer.
We can scrap paid parental leave, that'll give us $20 billion. We can change the NBN. We can buy our submarines overseas that work instead of build ones here that don't.
Yeah, let's buy vessels that work, says the man building a Titanic. But Clive's also got ideas beyond the budget.
But what we need in our society is more love and compassion.
Right on, let's see some of Clive's love and compassion.
And I don't mind standing up against the Chinese bastards and stopping them from doing it.
Hurry, Tony, Clive's losing it. Cut to Katie Noonan.
And we've had 3 judgments against these Chinese mongrels. I'm saying that's because they're communists, because they shoot their own people, they haven't got a justice system, and they want to take over this country. And we're not going to let them do it.
The Chinese are taking over this country, are they, Clive? You must have heard about that coal mine in Australia that's putting China first.
Clive Palmer gets green light for China First coal mine.
And if you think that's scary, Clive, wait till you hear about this one Chinese guy who came over to Australia and is now in the federal Senate. Clive's whole blow-up came following questions relating to allegations that Palmer funneled $12 million of a Chinese company's money into his election campaign. If so, he certainly got his money's worth from his campaign videos.
Too many lies by too many spin doctors, too much waste, too much bull. Throw out Tony Gillard and Julia Abbott.
Well, it paid off. That was definitely the last we heard of Tony Gillard and Julia Abbott. As for Tony Jones, his questions about the case led to this response from Clive.
I'm not going to answer questions that you put in my mouth, my friend.
Clive's not going to answer questions. Good thing he's on a show called Questions and Answers. For The Roast, I'm Mark Humphries.
Well, it hurt, but at least I raised money for charity.
You didn't donate anything.
Shut up, Billy. It was more of a raising awareness kind of thing. Anyway, moving on. Julian Assange, WikiLeaks founder and last Targaryen, announced yesterday that due to changes to the British law, he would soon be leaving the Ecuadorian embassy. So it's big news for Assange, and even bigger news for the guy at the embassy who might finally get his office back. But the Ecuadorian embassy officials will always remember him. Mostly because he sheds like a cat and filled their hard drives with footage of drone strikes. Also, well, he actually hasn't left the embassy yet, but he is definitely keen to.
The former computer hacker admitted on Monday that going without sunlight for 2 years had caused health problems.
Which explains why he has lost his trademark bronze tan. But honestly, I don't know what Assange is complaining about. Not seeing sunlight in England is just called being in England and is the same fate suffered by 53 million other people. Still, he does seem happy to soon be free, holding a press conference in the Ecuadorian embassy / his living / dining / gaming / bath / bedroom.
Periodista de gran reconocimiento que ha sido condecorado.
If that happens every time Julian speaks inside the embassy, I am not surprised he is desperate to get out of there. If it was me inside for 2 years, I would definitely get cabin fever. Then cabin fever 2 spring fever, but it's only 4 hours worth of entertainment. I mean, I guess there's Cabin Fever 3 Patient Zero, but it still doesn't answer the question, what would he do when he wasn't watching black comedy horror trilogies? Well, wonder no more, because the roast has obtained exclusive footage leaked to our Roasty Leaks website by a brave embassy insider. Let's take a look.
That Julian is filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Finally, some peace and quiet.
Mr. Ambassador! We're all out of juice.
But I bought juice yesterday. Did you drink it all?
I need my vitamin C because I can't get any vitamin D. Por favor.
Well, you get all the vitamin A you need if I make you go outside. A for arrested.
Mr. Ambassador, you wouldn't want me to leak all your embarrassing secrets to The Guardian.
Julian!
That's Julian!
He is just like Balki in Perfect Strangers, so long as Balki was wanted for questioning in relation to a sex crime. Still, all good things must come to an end, and Assange says he will soon be out. So what are we talking about here? This weekend? Tomorrow?
It's soon is a difficult word. It's a word that's not there to describe in terms of the measure of hours or days or weeks.
You know, Julian, the definition of soon isn't a secret. Someone leaked it to Merriam-Webster a really long time ago. Obviously, he prefers to measure time by beard length, so hopefully Assange will leave by mid-neck. Now, part of what's prompted Assange to consider leaving is a recent change in British law that requires formal charges to be laid in order for an extradition to occur, and Sweden hasn't laid any charges. So that is good news for Assange.
UK Home Office says new laws don't apply to the Assange case.
That is bad news for Assange. It turns out the legal change wouldn't be retrospective, so his case would be dealt with under the law that stood in 2010 when Sweden issued the warrant.
At that time, there was no need for the Swedish prosecutors to have charged Assange with any offence. Instead, they need only to have suspicions of a possible offence.
So, false alarm, Assange. Nothing's changed, meaning you should probably unpack, unfold and resheet your little trundle bed. But look, don't be too depressed. If you left the embassy, you would barely recognise what the world has become. America sending troops to Iraq, George Brandis trying to spy on our metadata, and Obama spying on Germany, who is spying on John Kerry. I mean, it might even feel like your entire last 2 years of imprisonment for those massive WikiLeaks revelations have been for nothing. We'll be right back.
Are you a wanted fugitive who's quickly coming to the realisation that no matter where you go, you'll always be hounded by the authorities for as long as you live? We'd love to hear about it, but we don't want the NSA monitoring our Twitter handle. Maybe just whisper it to us in Spanish at Rosta Televisión or hashtag Rosta TV.
Finally tonight, the Ice Bucket Challenge. Remember when someone nominated me for the challenge?
Nobody nominated you, dummy.
Oh, I'm sorry, Billy. Yeah, sorry that sometimes I decide to go out of my way to help a charity. I mean, there's nothing I could personally gain from participating in a viral challenge.
Follow philanthropist Tom Glasson on Twitter at Tom Glasson.
So what is this phenomenon? Well, Jazz Twemlow wades deep into the Scheitgeist to find out.
Scheitgeist.
Welcome to the Scheitgeist, where we look at the news the internet accidentally made important. Tonight we turn our shite gaze to the Ice Bucket Challenge, a viral social media campaign where nominated people film themselves pouring a bucket of ice water over their head to raise money to fight ALS, a fatal motor neurone disease. For anyone not nominated, please still feel free to donate money to charity even if Jimmy Fallon and The Roots didn't personally ask you to.
And I'd like to nominate the New York Jets to do this.
The campaign invites people to either donate $100 to charity or post a video of yourself pouring water over your head and just donate 10, because the 5 seconds of discomfort you experience before getting a towel apparently equates to $90 worth of medical research. In 2 months, the Ice Bucket Challenge has been mentioned 2.2 million times on Twitter and 15 million times on Facebook, making it the most popular thing on social media since photos of your own face. It's definitely proven more social media friendly than other charity challenges could hope to be.
I've just completed the 40-hour famine, so I nominate Alex. Oh, yeah. I
wax.
Oh, that. I'll do the bucket thing.
Yeah, that. No one's going to click like on a 40-hour video. Now, the craze has taken off, which is great for the ALS Association, but some people are arguing that the videos are more about drawing attention to yourself rather than motivating people watching to donate. I don't know where they get that idea from. Lady Gaga there doing her bit to end the scourge of weird people being dry. Never one to miss an opportunity to expose his boy nipples, teenage heart knob Justin Bieber failed to mention the actual disease, but did manage to name drop his celebrity friend Ellen DeGeneres. That'll teach the fatal motor neuron disease ALS for not having its own chat show. He also nominated Barack Obama, who I'm sure can take out time from managing the mayhem in Ferguson to answer the request of a wet kid. And where to from here? What are other charities going to have to do to stand out? How long until YouTube is awash with videos of people growing out their toenails for cryptogenic hepatitis, or until our Facebook feeds are filled with celebrities eating ants for AIDS? Because while giving money to charity is great, getting temporarily wet online for less charity, not something you should be congratulating yourself for. I'm Jazz Twemlow, and that was the Scheitgeist.
Oh, you're back. Sorry, I'm just busy watching another episode of That's Julia.
Julian, you did the ice bucket challenge in my office?
Uh-oh. Good night, everyone.
Ah, it's leaking all over the floor.
What can I say? I like to leak.
Julian!
Julian.